about the width of your hips. Soften your ankles, soften your knees. A little bit of space under the axilla there. Tuck your chin in, head lifted up, sacrum drop down. And just close your eyes for a second and notice where you're starting from this evening. Just settle into yourself there. And just the Tai Chi Qigong greeting, balanced and coming in peace. Because of course, Tai Chi is a martial art, so it's important that the greeting is not threatening in any way. All right, so let's dip down towards the belly. So hand just below your navel, over your navel, below your navel, 2 hands there. And we're going to be breathing into the belly. So allow your breathing to be long, slow, and deep. So as you breathe in, belly swells out. As you breathe out, the belly just relaxes back towards the spine. Breathing in through your nose. And as you breathe out, let's breathe out through your mouth. Almost as if you're breathing out through a pursed mouth, through a little straw. So it'll be breathing in through the nose, breathing out through your mouth, allowing your exhale to be longer than your inhale, which puts our physiology into parasympathetic, which is very beneficial tonight because when we think about the bear, we're thinking about our stomach, thinking about the earth element. So see if you can breathe in for 5 seconds, breathe out for 6 or 7, whichever works for you. Try and make that exhale 2 seconds longer than the inhale. Another 2. Allowing your mind to sink down. So when we're thinking about what's going on in our body, we are going to interoception as opposed to exteroception when we are looking around us and taking everything out, looking at everything around us outside, but we're sinking into the body as we're coming to our Qigong this evening. All right, so the bear has just woken up, and just think about how a bear would feel quite heavy and chunky, but strong, but a bit loose. And we'll start with bear stretching your shoulders. It just got up and bring your shoulders right up under your ears, and then bring your shoulders forwards, allowing your thoracic spine to actually bend forwards. And as you come up again, head up and allow your shoulder blades to glide down your ribs at the back. So gliding your shoulder blades up over your ribs, roll around forwards and down, and let your head drop down so that your neck is getting a bit of a curve as you do that. You're getting a nice movement through your 7th cervical. And Jackie for sure knows where that is. And down. Breathing in as you come up. Breathing out as you go down. And as you breathe out through the mouth. So we just release, if there's any tension in your shoulders, release it as you do that. Do it really slowly. And feel as you come back that you're opening up the front of the chest. I'd have a sense what it would feel like to have shaggy hair on your arms and your legs, and belly. Maybe you've just woken up from hibernation. But I think in certainly in South Africa, we're still trying to hibernate because it's so cold. Okay, so the bear stretches his shoulders, and there's a nice big tree, so he's going to go and rub his back against the tree. So just be aware of how your weight changes from one foot to the other as you rub your back against the tree. Maybe the tree is a little bit round, so you might even go a little bit further around the tree. And feeling how good it is to scratch your back when it's itchy, or scratch your back when it's a little bit stiff. So your shoulders are moving, but you're getting a nice rotation through that thoracic spine. And a lot of us tend to have forward postures, so there's a really nice movement to get a bit of extension through into your back. Okay, so the bear's got a bit of movement through the shoulders and the upper back. Now you want to get some movement through the waist. So the bear sways his body, and we'll go through this slowly just so that you pick it up. So one leg is going to lift up with the opposite arm, one arm behind, one arm in front. So lift up and you step forwards. And as you step forwards, you put your weight on the front leg and let your arms swap over. And you turn through the waist to look behind. Leave your feet where they are and just take your weight back. The front foot can come off and you look in the opposite direction, and then bring your weight onto the front leg. Forwards, lift up and back. What we're looking for here is really good movement through the waist. So do it slowly, but with a nice rhythmical sway. It's like the bear's kind of getting his body ready to go walking through the forest. Breathing into one side, breathing out to the other side. And you can do it in through the nose and out through the mouth still. And we're thinking of the stomach and spleen. So as we move like this, we get really good mobility going through your stomach and spleen as we twist the spine, because the organs are all attached to the spine. And they're also going to move relative to each other as well, which is really good. And relax and come back. Okay, so opposite side. So one leg forward with the opposite arm up. So weight on this leg and lift. Step forwards. As you bring your weight forwards and bend your knee, the hands change and you turn to look behind you. As you go back, you lift your foot up and look in the opposite direction. Just do as much as you can easily do there. Really good for your balance. So bear swaying through the waist. Feel your hips turning, your waist turning. At the same time, your spine is long. And relax. All right. Now the bear has spied a little bit of food up in the branches, going to pick some berries. So you know picking berries. We normally pick cherries, but the bear's going to pick berries. So drop your tailbone, bend your knees. And when we pick here, we're wanting to stretch between the top of our ilium, the top of the pelvis, and the lowest rib there. So as we go up, come up slowly so you can stretch higher, higher, higher. This arm can actually be pulling down that bend, pulling down the branch. There we go. And then other side. Keep your feet on the ground. Don't lift your heels. Feel yourself opening the shoulder, opening, opening, opening. And other side. Lengthening that space, open the space between your ribs and your pelvis. As we get older, that space gets shorter and shorter and smaller and smaller and smaller. Some people have even ribs that scrape on their pelvis. They're usually men, because the men have a much longer pelvis than women do. Beautiful berries to eat. go, stretch. So you do it slowly so your fascia has time to let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And remember, when you're stretching, your straight arms are straight, but not straight. There's always a bit of elasticity in that. And relax. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Now the bear is going to walk a little bit. He won't walk fast. You can just take small steps, but just initially, feel your weight going from one side to the other. And then take your arms to the side and lift and turn and lift and turn. You can lift your heel as you do that. So as you're getting a twisting going through your spine, always feel that you get a lengthening through your spine at the same time. So if you lengthen and rotate, then it doesn't irritate the back joints. But if you just rotate without the lengthening, then you get into a bit of trouble there. So just feel that lengthen, lengthen, lengthen with a bit of turn. You can look behind a little bit there. Come to the other side. Feel how the weight transfers from side to side. So the bear is about balance, is about connecting to the earth. All right. So if I want to do a little walk, one foot in front, stretch and look a little bit to the side. Next foot comes in front, stretch over to the other side. Keep your back lengthening at the same time as you rotate. Keep your chin tucked in. But you could lift your eyes up. Lifting your eyes up immediately makes the body pay attention to what's going on around. And I'm sure the bear wants to know what's going on around. So let's go again. So leg in front, arms to the same side. Come down, leg in front, arms this. You can just walk around your house a little bit like this every now and again when you're just feeling a little bit dumpy and need to get a bit taller. It's also giving lots of space for your internal organs. Very nice. And come back. All right. Let's focus right into the belly here. So here's your navel on either side, about 2.5 centimeters on either side is a point called stomach 25. It's a very important point for constipation, stomach pain, just getting the stomach function to be really spot on. So as we do this movement, we can hold our little hollow fists just over that point, so about 2.5 centimeters out there. And it's called rotating the spine. So the bottom of your spine, with the bottom of where your hips are, is going to stay still, and you're going to be rotating the top of the body over a static pelvis. So you can lean forwards and then go to the side, and don't do this with too much speed or vigor if you've got a bit of a dicey back, because your back might not like that rotation. So you might actually do a rotation that is just like that. But if you feel that you can go a little bit further down, feel the down movement, the side, the back. And as you go back, pull your tummy in to protect your back. To the side and forwards. Let's do 3. Side, back, and side, and forwards. One more. Keeping your pelvis still, being aware of where that movement is going. And forwards. Straighten up, to tailbone drop down, chin tucked in, spine long. So this is very, very good for digestion, but I would do it before you have a meal rather than straight afterwards. Okay. Forwards again, down you go. Opposite way around. To the side, to the back. And the guy that I learned this from is a real Chinese guy. So he says, bear rotates his spine, because the Chinese don't have an R. They usually use an L instead of an R. One more. Okay. Round and back, and just relax. So the spleen meridian starts down on the foot, not spleen, the stomach starts down on the foot, and it's coming all the way up here. In fact, it's coming down. It's not starting there. It's actually starting at the eye and coming down, finishing in the foot. Okay. Spleen meridian is starting just under the foot and coming up through the body. So we're going to do some nice tapping, massage, stimulate the stomach and the spleen. They're paired meridians. They work together. They're seen as the meridian and the organ that works with transformation of food into energy in the body, okay? And also, as we say, related to the earth, keeping us grounded. So if you're feeling all spacey, you don't know where you are, you just get lots and lots and lots of ideas, but none of them come to fruition, you would say you want to strengthen the spleen and stomach, okay? So over here, just below the knee, you've got your fibula and this little bony bit below your kneecap. That is stomach 26. 36, stomach 36. And just above the knee is spleen 10. This is very good for immunity, spleen 10. And stomach 36 is very good for balancing the stomach and just for giving your body some vuma and some energy. So you can lean forward and just tap on those 2 points. Anytime you are tired, or your gut is just not doing what it should be doing, it's very sluggish, this would be very, very good to work with. If you're looking to spleen 10, we'd often put a needle in there for somebody who had sinuses. Bad sinusitis, lots of mucus, which would be nice too, but otherwise just for immunity. Let's do the other one, put the other foot forward. So outer hand below the knee, other one above the knee. And if you still haven't got enough energy, let's use that movement as a more vigorous movement where we actually lift the leg up. When you do this, don't bring your knee up more than 90 degrees. So that's 90 degrees over there. Right. Careful of your back as you're doing this. And relax. All right, so that's a bit of a chi massage. Just do a little bit more chi massage, just knocking over the belly. So this point, your sea of energy, coming up just below the angle of the ribs there, solar plexus. Now, the other thing that we talk about the stomach being, don't be a worry gut. So when we're worried about things or we keep on running the same thoughts through our mind again and again, that makes the stomach weak, okay? So this point here is in Chinese, the court of the yellow emperor, where decisions would be made, okay? So when we have a lot of worry, got stuff going on, we're often very tender in there. So if you're a bit tender in here, just knock it very lightly. And then down just below the navel as well, or the point, the sea of energy. Good. Let's go up and down over the liver. The liver is snuck in behind the lower ribs on your right-hand side. And let's go to the other side. And Danielle, with studying her nutrition, will be needing to talk to a lot of people that have, non-alcoholic fatty liver from eating rubbish and too many carbs. Okay, so it's also nice to knock over the liver, but right now we're knocking over the stomach and the spleen. And then we think of our ascending colon coming up here, transverse colon, descending, and we're doing this in a clockwise direction. So very nice to do the stretches to the gut and this knocking, because we do far too much sitting in front of television, driving, computers. So we want to have good digestion, good mobility of the organs. It's really good to do this kind of Qigonging exercise. And relax. Right, just do a little bit of shaking. And when we're shaking, think about your organs shaking as you knock your heels against the floor. Thinking of being a little bit grounded. It's good for your osteoporosis as well. And the healing sound for the stomach is like a W-H-O-O-H. So we can breathe in and healing sounds are meant to be cleansing for the organs. Let's do about 5. Let's do breathe in. Maybe you don't have to shake your heels, knock your heels anymore, but really feel that you're shaking your intestines here. One more, breathe in. And relax. Good. All right. Let's think about the stomach line and the spleen line coming up from the feet all the way up to the face. And we're going to stretch the fascia, the fascial lines and the meridian lines at the same time. This one we've done before, called the dancer. So you're going to step forwards with one foot. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're going to be stretching as we open from this leg all the way up. And then we're going to take our body round as we open this part of the body up as well. And the meridians come all the way up into the face. So let's step 1 foot forwards, put a bit of weight on that front knee. Same hand goes behind your back to stabilize it in the hollow. Okay. So we lean forward. So you're opening the front of your hip here, your psoas here, opening the stomach and the spleen meridian at the same time. Take your chin in, long spine, drop your tailbone. And the same side, the hand goes forwards. And then you turn the wrist at the thumb, and this hand goes behind. Slowly taking it behind to the side. And when you get as far as you're happy going there, then turn your head to look at your hand. Take a little bit more weight onto the front knee, opening the hip a little bit more, and let's hold that position. Just some nice deep breathing, feeling that you have got a little bit of stretch, like you're stretching cling wrap. You're not breaking it, but you're stretching it. And as you stretch it, feel that you're getting a bit of warmth coming into your arm, a little bit of warmth coming into your leg, and right up that same side of the body. Now take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can go a little further back and turn your head, turn your eyes in the direction you're going. And come back. Bring your arm forwards. Bring it back in and step forwards. Nice. Right, opposite hand behind. Step forwards. Weight onto your front knee. And reach out. Hand facing the ceiling. Turn the wrist at the thumb. Still looking forwards, keeping your balance there. Opening up through the shoulder, all the way to the back. Open the elbow, open the wrist, the hand. A little bit more weight forwards there. And hold that position. Look at the hand now, just look at your hand. And hold that stretch. See if we can hold it for about 30 seconds till the fascia starts warming up. Nice big breath in, breathe out. See if you go a little bit further. And slowly come back. Good. Let's do one more each side. Now, if you can, to get a better stretch, instead of having this foot flat, you can go up, lift your heel up and balance in this position. I can't do that without falling over very easily, so I'm not going to do it. Or you can just have your the toe on the floor behind. But suspect that most of you are going to keep your foot down, or maybe just lift that heel a little bit up as we do it. Okay, so step forwards, weight on the front knee, hand behind your back in the small of your back, drop your tailbone, long spine, tuck your chin in, head lifted up. And see if you could open maybe a little bit more the groin there. Keep your hips facing forwards and out you go. Call the dancer. Open, open, open. Turn your head to look at your hand. Hold it there. See if you can open your fingers a bit more. Open through the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. And breathe in and breathe out. Turn your eyes in the direction you're going and see how much further you can go. Whoa. As soon as you bring your eyes into the movement, it facilitates a better movement. Coming back. Step in. Hand behind your back, step forward. Weight onto the front knee. Just get your balance there. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in, long spine before you start. And stretch out. Palm facing the ceiling or the sky. And around you go. Very nice for your balance again. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. Feeling softening happening in your hand, your elbow, your shoulder, all the way through to where your rhomboid muscles join onto the spine at the back. Look at your hand. Breathe in and around you go. Should be able to go a little bit further each time. It's nice to repeat this 3 times. We're just going to do 2 tonight. But if you do it at home, it's quite nice to do that. Oh. Come back and relax. Right, just give yourself a little bit of a stretch through there. And let's do the earth element flow, which is pebble in the pond. I'm sure most of you remember this. So you're going to be dropping the pebble in the pond. And as you do that and you go forwards, your bottom is going to go back as your arms go forward. So don't fall forwards with this. This movement is, this squatting is really, really important in Qigong because as we get older, a lot of people find they can't get up and down out of chairs. So this is really, really great to strengthen your quads and strengthen your buttock muscles. So it's a nice one for that. Okay, so we drop the pebble in the pond and the ripples just go out and we follow the ripples with our fingers. And then as we come over, you tuck your tailbone in and then straighten up. So drop that pebble in, around you go. Tuck your tailbone and feel that wave going through your spine as you straighten up. That's an out breath. So come up, in breath. In breath as you tuck your tailbone. Let you go. Breathe in as you come up. Round you go. And come up. And then we'll use one of the spleen and stomach movements that comes from the 8 brocades. So if you remember, it's one hand at the level of your axilla here and the other hand at the level of your jaw, your ear. And it's 2 hands separate heaven and earth to strengthen the spleen and stomach. So we're starting here. And so we're going to, it's like we're pushing the mountain, holding the sky. And then you windmill around and you change places. One hand to the jaw, the ear, the other hand to the level of the axilla. So you push sky, you push mountain on the other side, and then windmill around to change places. One hand facing the sky, one hand facing the earth. And let's just think about what's going to happen to the rest of the body. So this is a lengthening movement. As you come around, you're going to come down. So you push up and then come around. Sink down, push up. That's an in breath and out breath. So the spleen and stomach are seen to govern smooth transitions in life. It might be moving house, it might be changing your job, changing a relationship, where things have changed in your life and you have to somehow get some insight and move on. And if you have a strong spleen and stomach energy, this helps you to be grounded and to grow new ideas and ways of doing things. So push mountain, hold sky, and around. Push mountain, hold sky. Beautiful, soft transitions here. And relax and come down. We're going to do spleen standing position. So the spleen standing position is hands facing the ground as in the earth element here. Soft knees, soft ankles, drop tailbone. Have a sense that you're connecting to the ground here. You might even feel a bit of buzziness in your hands as you think about gravity. Basically, you're feeling gravity here. Your feet are logging into gravity, so feel this stability through your feet. Feel your heels and your toes, pads of your feet really rooting into the earth at the same time that you're picking up that sort of gravitational force or the yin energy of the earth here for the spleen. And let's close our eyes here. And we're going to just do a very short little inner smile meditation for the spleen and stomach. So as we're standing here, chin tucked in, long spine, drop tailbone, really connected with the feet and the hands. Just imagine the sun, maybe you're in the sun, maybe Jackie's in the sun. Just feel the sun shining on your face, softening your face as it warms your face, softening your jaw, space between your eyebrows, softening over your forehead, so that your face feels as if it's got a gentle smile on it. And as you feel the warmth on your face and the smile on your face, turn it inwards. And allow that sense of a smile to go right down to your spleen and your stomach, working for us all day long. doing a lot of work for at night time when we go into parasympathetic system. It's our rest and repose time and rest and digest time. And send that smile to the stomach and the spleen. And when you do that, imagine a yellow light infusing the spleen and the stomach. Colors strengthen the organs. And with the Taoist said we had all the organs were inside jewels, jewels inside the body. So the spleen is seen as a yellow jewel. And it's strong, we feel grounded, we feel a sense of belonging wherever we are. Maybe just send a bit of gratitude to your stomach and your spleen for transforming your food every day, giving you lots of pleasure when you eat good food. And slowly allow your hands to come down just below your belly. And open your eyes and just stew that little stew pot in a little bit. And move your feet. And if you still feel like a bear, enjoy the rest of your day in the forest. Thanks for coming to Qigong.